How you doing, everybody? Hope y'all having a blessed day. Hope each and every one of you are having a blessed day. Even if you don't believe what we believe. Just got done. I was at the grocery store picking up a few things for the fam. Then a job came in, so went and made a little bit of money to take care of my family, and was communing with the Spirit of God, Spirit of wisdom, speaking to me about ownership. Ownership isn't for everybody. Ownership is not for everybody. I want to make sure I say that. Say it one more time. Ownership is not for everybody. Owning a house, it ain't for everybody. People argue about rent or own a house and all this other stuff when you don't really own the house until you completely pay it off. And then to go even deeper with it, you still don't really own that house, because if you don't pay those taxes, they will take your house. Let's just be real about it. Y'all argue about dumb stuff. It's not an argument. It just depends on where you're at in your life and what your goals are and what your plans are. For example, once you reach a certain level of wealth and money or resources, or however you want to put it, you are in a completely different mindset. Because it's like, okay, I got that car I wanted, I got the house I wanted, I got this, I got that. And it ends up not really being about the money. It ends up being about other stuff that you want to spend your time on. And these folks, they get this money, and you'll see they have these big old houses. A lot of times, they don't even be living in them. You know why? Because they can travel and they can live wherever they want to. If you can travel and live wherever you want to, yet still own your own main house, then it's kind of like irrelevant about you having or staying in this big old house in a certain place. You see that with Elon Musk. You see that with the rich and the famous. At least some of the rich and famous. More so the rich. They own properties, but they move around a lot because they have multiple properties in multiple places. And these properties end up being more so investments and assets and not liabilities. When we are born into this world, most of us, we are taught to be liabilities. Most of us growing up being a liability our whole life. And there are a few people collectively in the history of mankind, especially in this generation we're living in, that are able to turn it around and be an asset, rather it's to themselves or, more importantly, to others. It's one thing to be an asset for yourself, but it's something completely different where you are in a position where you are an asset to others. Family comes along and they see the position you're in or whatever, and they want to take advantage of what you've worked for and not take advantage in a righteous way. But they want to continue to be liabilities. A lot of time, those family members, they become such of a liability that they can end up turning a person that was an asset back to a liability. They end up dragging you down, and you let them drag you down simply because they're family. Now, when you need something, you can't call on them because they're going to tell you they ain't got it, or hey, I can't do nothing for you, even though you were an asset in their life this whole time. And being an asset isn't always about money. Being an asset could be, having a heart, or lending an ear to that particular person so they can talk to you or whatever. Or maybe it's, just business conversation. Everybody's situation is different. And when you are living in the mindset of being a liability, ownership makes no sense to you. Now, again, even when you have that mindset of being an asset, certain things about ownership may not make sense to you because it doesn't make sense. Like, nah, it's not a good move. I'm talking about collectively. Ownership makes no sense to those who have a liability mindset. They are more consumers than producers. A person running a business, a person having that mindset, what do they want to do? Produce. Always trying to figure out what type of product can I offer the people that's going to provide value to their lives. Now, the corporations, they've taken that and they said, what type of product can we produce, not to add value to the people's lives, but to get them to consume more and stay in the consumer mindset. And when you're more so in the consumer mindset, you're not in the producer mindset, which means that you are more of a liability and not an asset. So the conversation isn't the same that they're having with you. They're not talking to you about asset type of thing. They're not talking to you about doing business. They're coming to you, say, I got this product I want to sell you, take it, eat it. We want to get you addicted to it so we can produce more product that's going to get you more addicted. That's going to do what? Going to increase that business's assets. Y'all with me? The slaves collectively could not read or write English. Let's make sure we get that right. The slaves collectively could not read or write English. Didn't really own no land here in America, to my slaves. Definitely didn't own no houses. Cars, come on now. We didn't own no horses like that, no buggies, and so on. We didn't even really own no tools. Everything was owned by somebody else. In 2023, you have the opportunity to go online and get a variety of tools, whether it's building a house, cutting the grass, educating yourself, and people still don't do it. Collectively, black folks still don't do it. And therefore, we're not contributing anything of value to society. Liability. We have the ability to own land, own homes, own cars. Not so we can say that we have these things and pride ourselves in these different things, but so they can be what they're supposed to be in our lives. Assets and tools that we are able to utilize to produce more. You produce more, then you can give more, because you can't give what you ain't got. Most people, they are liabilities, so what do they give? They give liabilities. Trees of liabilities. A tree of liability produces liability fruit. A tree of assets produces fruit of assets. And we know that trees continually produce fruit, season in, season out, year in and year out. And what do we see from most black people? We see them season in and season out, year in and year out, producing fruit of liabilities and not the fruit of assets, which is why we don't own nothing. You will know a tree by its fruit. And it's crazy because we do all this talking. Talk. But don't have nothing really to show for it. Don't have nothing really to show for it. In a day and age where they got programs out here and all type of stuff that you can take advantage of righteously to quote unquote level yourself up, level your family up, level the people around you up, help them. They ain't say you gotta give your family everything, but you help, and then they don't want to do right, and you keep it moving. And we don't want to do that. In a day and age where you can literally get on your phone and look stuff up. You can get on your phone, you can run a business from your phone, and the person that's buying your product ain't never seen you, don't know who you is. You can buy a house online, and ain't never seen the house. You can buy a car online, have that car inspected, have that car delivered to your house. If you don't want it, and tell them, no, I don't want to, send it back. It's not what it's supposed to be. You can buy a car online, have that car delivered to your house, turn around, and then sell that car in your city, make a profit off of it, take that money, and then go invest it somewhere else, and probably something else you ain't never seen. It's amazing the world that we live in today. It's amazing the opportunities that we have collectively as black people. But we rather get on social media and run our mouth. Well, you run your mouth on social media. Be careful. I can run my mouth because my fruit speaks for itself. Ask anybody that knows me. I need to go down the list. I had a cleaning service for 12 years. Now I'm in a position where I own land. I got a house. You can say I own it. I don't own it. And I'm just being real. I don't own it because I still make payments on it. So do I own it? I mean, you can say, no, I don't really own it. Yet I do own it because my quote unquote mortgage, I don't like to call it mortgage, but just for conversation's sake, I like to call it a life deed, a life pledge, because it is life. It's only $225, $250. And that's because I bought the house when it was terrible. And then we renovated it. And now we got equity in it. The life pledge is for, I think it was for 5 years. And we've been paying on it for, I want to say maybe 2 or 3 years. I can't remember. So I can talk because my fruit and my walk backs up me being able to get on social media and talk what I talk. I've taken advantage of the opportunities that have been presented to me in a day and age where opportunities are limitless, and they are becoming more and more limitless with the growth of technology. And there's a divide that's dividing more and more and more, where you see people not using technology for the powerful tool that it is, but they're using it to do more foolishness. They're using it to spread more lies. They're using it to, be more so entertained, to be more of a liability and not an asset. And they surround themselves with more liabilities with the people that they have around them. And then when you separate yourself from those people and say, you know what, I don't want to do this no more, then those same people that was once your boys or your girl or whatever, your homies, your homegirls, now they say you acting funny. Now they say you acting brand new. Well, guess what? You're absolutely right. I am acting brand new because I am brand new. When I was a child, I spake as a child. Well, a child, I moved as a child, ate as a child. Everything I did was as a child. But now I'm a man. I move and operate as a man. And men operate and move as assets. How can you sit here and say that you are a man, but you are a liability to your wife? You are a liability to the women you're talking to. You are a liability to your children. You're not providing anything of value to your family. You're not providing anything of value to your wife. You're not providing anything of value to that woman you're talking to, that you're sleeping with, that you shouldn't really be sleeping with. You're all you're doing is you're doing the same thing the white man does that y'all claim they do over in Africa. You are pillaging the land. Take, but you ain't giving nothing back. You're not even letting the land rest. Come on now. Is this what life is about? For many of you, it is, because you keep on doing the same thing. You keep on living the same thing, living the same nightmare. You enjoy being a liability. You can't tell me that you don't, because you keep on doing the same stuff over and over again. You enjoy living the nightmare that you live in. You enjoy your mental, your physical, your spiritual, your financial slavery. You enjoy it. You can't tell me that you don't, because you keep on doing the same thing over and over and over again, and you will know a tree by its fruit. In a day and age where the opportunities are crazy, what you can do in this world. And that, my friends, is what we call slavery. My people collectively, we get on here on social media and talk about the white man, the white man, the white man, the white man, the white man. When I am a living example, I don't care about no white man. I don't care about no black man. Not in the sense of I don't want the best for people, but in regards to you holding me back. I'm in a town that's predominantly white. I think we're going to say at least 80%. It may be 85, maybe up to 90%. And in a short time period, I've been able to accomplish what I've been able to accomplish. In different cities that I've lived in, I've been able to accomplish the things that I was able to accomplish. No white man held me back. No black man held me back. So when people say that, I'm not saying that there are not going to be, there's not going to be adversity and stuff like that. What I'm saying is most people use that as a excuse. The white man holding us back for most people is a excuse for their own incompetence. The white man this, the white man that, the white man this, the white man that. Blah, 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 blah. I don't want to hear it. In a day and age where if the slaves of old saw what you were able to do today, 99.9% of black people, they would slap their ass back to Africa. They would slap you back to Africa. They would slap you back to hell. They would slap you somewhere. Because they would be like, you don't deserve this. They would slap you. They were like, you can do what? You can read. You can do what is oh, this device is it's a phone, and you can You can buy books offline and you can order the books and have them sent to your phone and Master ain't gonna come for you? What about Master? Oh, you ain't gotta worry about Master. What you mean? Master the one selling the books to us? What in the world? This your house? How you get this? This must be Master house. This your house? What you had to do to get it? What you had to do for Master? It's your house for real. Your name is on it. You just gotta pay taxes on it. You live here. Master don't come and sneak in at night to get you. If Master tried to, you can shoot Master. People expose themselves with how they with the fruit of their life, y'all. They expose themselves with the fruit of their life, and the reason, one of the main reasons that people hate what I say is not only because of Christ. It's because I hold people accountable. I just happen to hold people accountable in Christ. Now, of course, the biggest thing is, what the stuff I say and how I say it. I mean, it is what it is. My balls is big and they're going to stay big. But the other part of it, again, is holding people accountable. And the jealousy. They're jealous that they don't have the gonads. They don't have the power to be able to just walk away from something and give it up and start from scratch if they have to. And that has nothing to do with me, because I'm here to be a living example. And the message is for who the message is for. If you're getting your feelings about it, that's on you. I don't care. I don't care about you getting your feelings like that. I tell you to get out your feelings. You're only jealous that you are incapable of doing the same thing or doing more. I want you to do more than what I'm doing. Because I want you to be there for your children. I want you to be there for your family. I don't want you to have to work all these years and then you look up and like, dang, I didn't spend no time with my family. I wasn't even there for my children. Yeah, we got to work, but you got to be wise about it. We look up and then we're 40 years old, we're 50 years old, we're 60 years old, and like, where did my life go? Where's my life? What did I do with my life? And that's part of the system that's set up. And once you come in the mindset of being a asset, all that changes. You really understand how valuable time is. And you want to maximize how you use your time and what you do with your time. And a part of that is gaining and getting assets so you can utilize those assets to spend your time on the things that you really enjoy spending your time on. We can't help the way the world is the way it is. But what we can do is do something with the power we have been given, the life we have been given, the love we have been given, the hate we have been given. Because you should hate the way this world is. You should hate it so much that it should inspire you to do different. You should hate the world the way it is, that it should inspire you to get up and grind, to not have to go with the ways of the world in the sense of, oh, I don't feel like doing this, but I got to do it. You should, that should burn in your soul. Like, you know what? I'm doing this now, but very soon I'm not going to be doing this. I'm not doing this forever. But again, owning up to these things I've said isn't for everybody. The system is for most people. But true ownership of life, true ownership of liberty, true ownership of freedom, true ownership of your soul, true ownership of your spirit, true ownership of yourself, your flesh, who you are collectively, isn't for everybody. Let's just be real about it. Some people don't need to be free. Most people need to remain slaves. because they don't have the ability to be able to govern their own lives. I know that may hurt some feelings, but it's the truth. If you can't see that, then I don't know what's wrong with you. So I'm gonna close it right there. I gotta go ahead and get a few things. I love y'all. You know, it's just crazy. It's crazy.